Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this live section. So, Mazi Simeon Ekpa was in court on the 25th of June, and it is good we talk about what happened in court because Simeon Ekpa wins big in Finland court. Shame to Nigerian government. Nigerian government are in shame because Simeon Ekpa has secured for himself victory. In fact, all the charges leveled against him has been thrown out by the judge. And also, something happened in court, which we're going to be seeing in this live section. So, guys, stay tuned to the end of this live section so that you get the full update of what happened in Mazi Simeon Ekpa's trial on the 25th of June. So, now, breaking news: the long awaited trial of Biafran activist and broadcaster Simeon Ekpa in a Finnish court has finally come to an end. And guys, let me tell you that his case has been closed. Yes. On the 25th of June, they closed his case because Nigerian government has nothing. In fact, they have not given an admissible evidence or a tangible proof that Mazi Simeon Ekpa is a terrorist or he has been financing terrorism. They said he has been financing terrorism. He has been the one ordering for attack, and you cannot even give a proof or a direct proof of himself or a video of himself actually ordering this or financing this terrorist. You cannot give evidence. In fact, like I said, something happened in court, and we're going to be seeing it in this live section, and that was the reason why the case was closed. Now, you all know that Finland is not like Nigeria. Finland obeys the law. They are following the law. It's not like Nigeria that they make the law and then the same people that make the law they break it too. So Finland is not like Nigeria. And another thing is there is no way Nigerian government will go and kidnap Simeon Ekpa in Finland because he's a citizen of Finland. There is no way. The only thing Nigerian government are looking for now is for him to go to another country so that they can go and fish him there and bring him back to Nigeria and start playing with his case, just like they did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or they are doing to him in Nigeria. That is the only way. Now, Simeon Ekpa was trapped. Let me tell you how he was trapped. In his last court session that happened, I think last week or last week, the court said that they saw a message in his phone and it was talking about Chinese people. So now Simeon Ekpa said that he has no business with Chinese people. That the only time he had something to do with a Chinese man was when Chinese people tested him for him to come to China, for them to help him with this Biafran movement. Guys, you can see the way they want to lure him. According to him, he said he has sense. He knows what Nigerian government are planning. They want to, lure him to China so that they can go to China and kidnap him, because Nigerian government knows that they cannot come to Finland and kidnap Simeon Ekpa because Simeon Ekpa is a citizen of Finland, and if they do so, it's going to be against international laws and Finland laws. Just like they did to Kanu, they kidnapped him in Kenya. It's against Kenya laws, but now Nigeria will always be Nigeria. The truth, they want to hide the truth, but nothing is hidden under the sun. Even international law are against it. So Nigerian government cannot never go to Finland to kidnap him, because they know if they do so, there will be war, because they don't have the rights. Yes, they don't have the right to do that. So now Simeon Ekpa said he knows their plan. They want to lure him to China so that they will come and kidnap him there. So now, you know that Nigeria is not like Finland. Finland follows due process. They make investigation. Even the judge in the court talked about the attempts of how Nigerian government wanted to, influence the court because of Simeon Ekpa. You're going to see all these things in the end, by the end of this live section. So now, the long-awaited trial of Biafran activist and broadcaster Simeon Ekpa in a Finnish court has finally come to an end. Yes, and the verdict, a major blow the Nigerian government. So shame to Nigerian government. I know they will be in pains right now because their plan is not going. The Simeon Ekpa's case is not going as planned. Yes, I know Nigerian government will be regretting it and will be in pains. Shame to them, because the Simeon Ekpa's case is not going as they planned. Yes, because Finland follows due process. Finland obeys the law. They obey the law. Not like Nigeria, they don't obey law. Lawbreakers, a lawless country. So now, Today in this live section, I'm going to be breaking down everything that happened on the 25th of June 2025 during Simon Ekpa's final court appearance in Finland. So now we're going to be talking about why the case was closed and why couldn't Nigeria back up its accusation. Yes, Nigerian government were unable to back up the accusation. They were unable to give proof that Simon Ekpa is guilty. They were unable to prove him guilty. So now we're talking about what did the judge really say about his bail? Because yes, another thing that happened in court is that they talked about his bail condition. They would have granted him bail on the 25th, though. I am telling you, they would have done it, but when they talked about bail, because the lawyer of Simon Ekpa told the judge that it is high time that our clients need to be granted bail because Nigerian government cannot prove. So there's no need keeping him there for nothing, dragging him to court, wasting his time. So they told the judge about the bail. And guess what? The judge said that, that we are going to grant him, we're going to talk about his bail condition in the next court section. That's next 2 weeks. We're going to talk about it because the court has closed. So there's no time to talk about it. If not, he'll be granted bail on the 25th of June. So now let's now go deep down into this case. Simon Ekpa is a prominent Biafran separatist and outspoken disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has been under legal scrutiny in Finland after the Nigerian government accused him of allegedly inciting violence and issuing sit-at-home orders that caused unrest in the southeastern part of Nigeria. But here is the key point. Simon Ekpa is a Finnish citizen. That's one thing you should know. And any trial involving him must meet Finnish legal standards, not Nigeria politics. So now that is the only way that this fact is what is making him win. Because now Nigerian government will want to suppress him, want to intimidate him, want to bring him down, want to silence him. So now Simon Ekpa is a Finnish citizen, and any trial involving him must meet Finland or Finnish legal standards, not Nigerian politics. So far, for months, the Nigerian government attempted to build a case against him abroad, hoping to extradite or punish him through international channels. And on June 25th, the final court section took place. And that's where drama unfolded, guys. Do you know that they threw all the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? They threw it out. The judges they threw it out because none can hold water. None of none of the accusation can hold water. They cannot even prove. Their evidence cannot hold water. That's the thing. The Nigerian government knows that this man has not done anything, but because they cannot stand him. They're unable to stand there. They cannot. Do you think Tinubu can stand Simeon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Not even in the next word. They cannot stand him. That is why these people know that they know their plans, they know their agenda. That is why they are going after him. Why are they so interested in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? We all Simeon Ekpa. We need to ask ourselves this question. Why are they so interested in Simeon Ekpa and Mazi Kanu? Because they know that they cannot stand these two people. The Chief of Defense Staff said that Simeon Ekpa must be persecuted. Guys, we were expecting him to go and prove or give evidence that, hey, this man is a terrorist. The Chief of Defense Staff is saying that Simeon Ekpa will be persecuted. Guys, what is the true definition of terrorism? You'll be seen with weapons. Or am I lying? Guys, you guys need to tell me the true definition of terrorism, because a terrorist is armed or should be armed. The Chief of Defense Staff, that a list of people that are financing, a list was given to him of people in Nigeria that are backing these bad guys. He has not done anything about it. He has not even said, okay, this Tujibelo that is walking around now buying people. He has not gone after him. But look at Simeon Ekpa. They have not seen him with any weapon or seeing him where he was directly, commanding an order or inciting violence or trying to cause violence. They cannot prove, guys. He's saying that Simeon Ekpa will be persecuted. Guys, can you imagine? This is all if this these are efforts by Nigerian government to silence Biafran government. These people totally they don't like Igbo tribe. Because I've not seen the crime of Simeon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I have not seen their crime. If you know anything they have done, put it under the comments because I've not seen. Because the Igbos were persecuted, they decided to rise to say that the persecution of the Igbos will stop through them. So what is their crime? That they agitating. Are they the only ones that agitated? Sunday Igboho didn't agitate. Didn't he agitate? Asiri the Kuba didn't agitate. There are many people that agitated. So why is it that in this push case it will be a problem? Why is it that they are after them? Why is it that even when they have not been seen with any weapon, but they are after them? Look at these terrorists, they are parading guns. They come on social media. In fact, a list was given to the chief of defense staff. What has he done? He sat on the list and he's saying an innocent man will be persecuted. Someone that have not been convicted of any crime is saying that he'll be persecuted. We were expecting the chief of defense staff to come out and say, or give or bring out weapons that Simeon Ekpa kept to one side. Guys, no evidence. All the evidence they are bringing cannot hold water. None of it can hold water. They're not giving admissible evidence or tangible, credible evidence that Simeon Ekpa is a terrorist. So why are they now keeping him there? With the way things are going, just give it 2 weeks. Simeon Ekpa will be out of there because already the case has been closed. And then Nigerian government was unable to come to Finland on the 25th of June. Guys, what does this tell you? They were unable to appear in court on the 25th of June. The judges had to throw the case out now. They had to throw the case out because this man has not done anything. He has not done anything than to say the persecution of the Igbos will stop with him. That is the only thing they have done. And then because they have refused to keep silence, trust me, if Simeon Ekpa was silent, do you think he would be in custody? If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is silent, do you think he would have been in custody? So guys, this is an effort by Nigerian government to silence them when they know that these people are innocent. The real terrorists are parading up and down. The real criminals, people that have unalived thousands of people, are parading everywhere. To the extent that military men were seen with the most wanted terrorists in Nigeria, Ade Alero. Military men were seen when they were having. It's only in Nigeria that you will see they will catch criminals and then they will rehab them. They'll go through rehabilitation. They'll rehab them and then they'll put them back in the system. It's only in Nigeria. How can you be having peace talk? How can military men be attendees of a peace talk by the most wanted? It is them that declared the man most wanted, though. They declared the terrorist kingpin most wanted, and military men were seen attending a peace talk with the most wanted bandits in Nigeria, bandits kingpin in Nigeria, and they did not catch the man. These people, they will catch terrorists, they will reward them, they will give them land, and then the innocent ones, they will say they will be persecuted. People that people that don't have any record of killing or kidnapping or crime, they will say they'll be persecuted. We are waiting for the chief of defense staff to give his own proof. We are waiting for him to come and say what Simeon Ekpa has done. Because since he has been in custody, no proof at all. This is 7 months. Master Simeon Ekpa has been there. No proof. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been there for 5 years. No proof still. So why are they still keeping him there? Why? So guys, all the charges against him were thrown out. Were thrown out on the 25th of July. So now, in the Finnish court in Latsi, the judge finally addressed the heart of the matters. And here's what's made it clear. Now, the Nigerian government failed to provide concrete, admissible evidence to prove Simeon Ekpa had committed any crime under Finnish or international law. As you can see, Nigerian government failed to provide concrete and admissible evidence to prove Simeon Ekpa had committed any crime under Finnish or international law. No Nigerian officials, witnesses, or legal team appeared physically in court to defend the accusation. Even the so-called the so-called DOS members living in Finland that came the other time to testify against Simeon Ekpa, they couldn't even appear in court. Imagine, you guys should know that there are some people that entered or became member of IP when they when Mazinam the Kano was brought kidnapped from Kenya to Nigeria. They brought him down to Nigeria. You know, there are some people that became IPOB members. There are some people that they are not truly supporting IPOB. They just entered, they just became member to destroy that leadership, to scatter everything. That is it. Because according to Nnamdi Kanu, when he was giving orders, there are so many orders that they ignored. Rather, they wanted to establish their own order. So you can see this is, you know, it is appalling that GOS member, people that call themselves IPOP, were the ones testifying against Simeon Ekpa. That's to tell you that these people are saboteurs. That's the people that became IPOP members just to spy, just to scatter everything. They are not true IPOP. They are not truly supporting IPOP. So now they are the ones testifying. So these GOS members, they were unable to appear in court. No witness, no Nigerian officials, no witnesses or legal team appeared physically in court to defend the accusation. Is Nigerian government not tired? Are they not tired? Are they? I don't even get. You cannot prove that this man is a criminal. So why are you still making effortless why are you still working effortlessly? Why are you putting so much effort? Why? Why are they putting so much effort to bring down Simeon? But because the thing is, the truth cannot be hidden. The truth cannot be hidden. These people are innocent, and you know that. Nigerian government hate Igbo tribe. Even when Igbos are being killed, though, the only thing they're saying is to stop killing the Igbos and give us better life. Right, give us equal rights. That is what Igbos are saying, but they refused. And now Igbos want to go, they said no. Why? Why? Even Cross River State is saying we are no more. Cross River, Calabar is south. Now they are saying they are southeast too, that they are Biafrans. Let me play a video for you guys to hear what this man said.
Be say una no get sense. How na they call? Why una go they open una dirty mouth, una stupid mouth, una stupid fake geography mouth? They call Cross River State south. Now they mad. Cross River State is southeast. We are Biafrans. If the governor of Cross River State did not support Biafra, he's a bastard. Doesn't know it's rude. If you know anybody that is in Cross River State that did not support Biafra is pursuing the money. How can a Yoruba man or a Hausa man come and tell us where we come from? Oh, but go look map now. You gonna say you are a Cross River State. I'm talking about Cross River State. Cross River State is the southeast, and anybody that did not support Cross River State is a bastard. We come from the southeast. We are Biafrans. Akwa Ibom State, they fit go because they don't know. They know Akwa Ibom State. They are money conscious. Akpabi have misled them. All of them that are in Akwa Ibom State, they don't know where they come from. But in Cross River State, how must you call Cross River State the south? Cross River State and Akwa Ibom State, they are southeast. Those state and Delta State, with that, those ones na zombie, they don't know where they go. They have jobless youth. But let's talk about Cross River State and Akwa Ibom State. We are Biafrans. Release our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Release that man, he don't do anything. Release him. You release Sunday Igbohu. And all the Boko Harams, they have been repented. They have repentance Boko Haram because they come from the north. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Release that man, he don't do anything. That any Cross River State or Akwa Ibom State that is not supporting this movement is a bastard. What is the word who has done the grace? Obasanjo said that Obasanjo and co then plant and Tunumbu here, then plant and sell the Bakassi Peninsula to the Cameroon because they know that this is our mineral resources that we have in.
So guys, you can see that even Calabar people are saying that they are Biafrans, that they should release Nnamdi Kanu. Guys, everybody now wants to be Biafra. Everybody now wants to come to the south because now they are realizing that this man actually had better plans. In fact, he had better plans for the whole Nigeria. Because when I mean that he has better plans for the whole Nigeria, because he was actually the one saving the north. He was actually preaching to the north of the dangers of this Fulani man. This man has better plans for the north. So those people that are saying that is a illegal group, they should come and give their evidence that makes this IPOB a illegal group. Now they have arrested Simon Ekpa, and then Mazin Namdekano is still in custody. Till now, guys, they cannot prove. But then people that they call terrorists, they will reward them, say they are repentant, and give them uniform to become soldiers. This is what we are seeing in Nigeria, and you're saying insecurity will stop. They are saying that these two, that Simon Ekpa and Mazin Namdekano, has been the one, inciting people. They has been the one ordering violence. They have been the one financing violence. And I'm asking myself, these people have been in detention for so long now. Simon Ekpa has been in detention for 7 months now. So, and we have seen insecurity. What's that? Because before they arrested these two, that's Mazin Namdekano and Simon Ekpa, Nigeria, first the East most especially, were at peace. We experienced peace and unity. After they arrested them, we started hearing of unknown gunmen. We started hearing of attacks in the East. That's to tell you that these people were not okay. Why is it that when they were still when they have not yet arrested them, we were not hearing anything about unknown gunmen, but when they arrested them, we started hearing things about unknown gunmen. So who are the ones financing these unknown gunmen people? Who are the ones ordering them? Because you cannot say it's Martin and the Kano and Simeon, but because they're in custody, would they be in custody and be ordering them? So that's to tell you that they are not the ones doing these things in Nigeria. They're not the ones terrorizing Nigeria. People that are terrorizing Nigeria know their self. Even the chief of defense staff know them. It's appalling that we have chief of defense staff, we have the president, and look at what is happening everywhere. Look at what is happening everywhere. Fulani people, they are everywhere. In fact, in Imo State, yesterday or day before yesterday, a truckload. The truck is like, I don't know if it's a coal van, but you will not see them until you open the door. Filled with Fulani people. They had to stop them. You see the way they are dispatching. But then Imo State governor will tell you that there is no Fulani man in Imo State. There is no Fulani headers in Imo State. There is IPB that is causing all the insecurity. Can he prove? All these people that said accusing IPB, they should come and give their evidence. So it is time, it is time to give your evidence. If you have any evidence against him that makes this man guilty, go and give a testimony, go and testify against him. Let's know that he's a terrorist. But then these people, in fact, they did not even appear in court. No Nigerian officials or witnesses or legal team appeared physically in court to defend accusation. They don't have any backup. They just come to say he's a terrorist because you want to make sure you bring Biafran government down. And it's important you know that Biafran government is a spirit. If it's not a spirit, when Ojukwu died, people were thinking Biafran would have died. But no, he did not die because it's a spirit. So it's though that Nigeria brought a complaint, but they didn't show up to prove it. They brought a complaint. You cannot show up to prove it. This wasn't just embarrassing. It was illegally unaccepted. The judge was like, "What is this?" So what did the courts now do? They closed the case. They closed because Nigerian government was unable to come and prove. What kind of embarrassing thing is this? It is illegally unaccepted. People that said, do you know what is terrorism? Do you know what is terrorism? You don't know what is terrorism. Terrorism is a very big case. And with that case, you have to have proof and evidence. You don't just go and say somebody is a terrorist. You have to have proof and evidence. What about people that have been terrorizing Nigeria? They will not go after them. It's innocent people. It's high time that we know that Nigerian government just wants to bring down Biafran government. So now, the court just closed the case. They closed the case, guys. So now, during the ruling, the judge also addressed Simeon Ekpa's bail status. Let's know that. Now, let me break all these things down. Because the case had no merits, because Nigerian authority could not back up the accusation, and because Simeon Ekpa had abided by Finnish law throughout the process. This is one of the reasons why they had to talk about his bail status. Now, because the case had no merits, because the Nigerian authority could not back up the accusation, they were not even there to prove. And because Simeon Ekpa had abided by Finnish law throughout the process, that is why they had to talk about his bail condition. And the judge made it clear. This is what the judge said. There is no reason to continue restricting Mr. Ekpa's freedom. I know Nigerian government will be pained because the way they planned it is not going like that. The way they wanted Simon Ekpa's case to go, it's not going like that, because Simon Ekpa is a Finnish citizen. Yes, and Finnish government abides by the law, not like unlike Nigeria that they don't abide. Very lawless country. Oh. Even when court has said, example now is Masin and the Kano, court has said since October 2022, release this man, they have acquitted him, but guys, till now he's still in DSS custody. That is how lawless. They don't obey judgment. They don't obey court orders. That is how lawless Nigeria is. Yes, that is how lawless Nigeria is. So now, Finnish court is a lawful country. They obey court judgment. It's not like Nigeria. So now the judge made it clear in the last court section, that was on the 25th of June 2025. The judge said there is no reason to continue restricting Mr. Ekpa's freedom. He remains a free citizen under Finnish law. That is what they know, with no active charges or obligations stemming from this trial. If anybody is against this statement or these facts, the person should head to Finland. If you don't have money to head to Finland, then make a video testimony in wherever you are in Nigeria and send to Finnish court. That is all we need. Once you can prove this man is guilty, then we know that, okay, Shimon Ekpa is going to go to jail, or Masinam Khan is going to go to jail. But as far as he's not, they don't have any evidence against him, he is innocent. Because even in international law or Nigerian law, somebody or anybody that they accuse is innocent or else is proven guilty. That is just it in international and Nigerian law. So the judge made it clear that there is no reason to continue restricting Mr. Ekpa's freedom. He remains a free citizen under Finnish law, and with no active charges or obligation stemming from this trial. In English, he said, the bail, okay, remember he spoke in Finnish. So now the bail no longer matters because there is no more case to answer. Yes, the bail no longer matters because there's no case to answer. So now, the verdict is more than just a legal win for Simon Ekpa. It's a major diplomatic message to Nigeria. You cannot accuse a man in a foreign country without real evidence, please. It is in Nigeria. How can you accuse someone in Finland without no evidence? And you think the Finnish government will now, be looking at you and keep putting him in jail? You cannot accuse a man in a foreign country without real evidence. You cannot use international system for political intimidation. Say Nigerian governments, all they're after is their political agenda. That's what they're after. They want to bring down Biafran government. They're after their political agenda. They're after propaganda. They're not even after proscription. So now, you cannot use international system for political intimidation. And you cannot export your internal failures abroad and expect the world to back you up. It's not possible. It's never possible. It's only a wake-up call to citizens back home. Instead of addressing the root cause of agitation, like marginalization, state violence, and oppression, the Nigerian government tried to silence the messenger and they failed. That is just it. Instead of Nigerian government to address matters, the root cause of agitation, the Igbos have been marginalized, the state violence and everything. People are being slaughtered. One thing that Nigerian government needs to do is to apologize to the Igbos because of how, go on, finish them. So the Nigerian government tried to silence the messenger and they failed. Simon Ekpa walks free. The case is closed. This is what the court said, the judge said. And Nigeria must now face the fact that the international credibility is under questions. So now, people are asking if Martin Amdekanu is being bailed, whether he will still continue his activism, or will Finland issue any restriction going forward, or will they say that he should stop agitating, or will Nigeria do collapse the case? Now, the answer is One thing is clear: the international community is watching, and the struggle for justice, self-determination, and truth is far from over. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Put down your own. People are asking, what will happen next if Simeexposes is released? Will he stop agitating? And will you do? The truth is that agitating is not a crime. Agitating, he might say, okay, it's in another country and he's agitating. That's one of the things they are holding against him. That is another country and he's agitating. Agitating is not a crime. Why are they agitating? Let's ask ourselves, why is Simeexposes agitating? He's agitating because the Igbos are being persecuted. The Igbos don't have equal rights in their own country. Imagine Gowon coming out to say that he killed the Igbos. Gowon said he killed the Igbos to unite Nigeria. How does this make sense? How does this statement make sense? Is Igbos not part of Nigeria? How can you kill Igbos to unite Nigeria? How can you kill the Igbos to unite Nigeria? That was the only option he had then. Someone that was in the meeting, the Aburi Accord peace meeting, for Igbos to be given security, because the colonial government and Gowon doesn't want Igbos to have security because they want to have access to their resources. He had to obtain the agreement and went after Igbos. And then they say it's Biafran war. It's not Biafran war, it's genocide, because they left the soldiers and they were after innocent children. And after it, the foreign wanted to come to the aid of Igbos and give them food. What did they do? They used Bakassi to block it. That is how wicked they treated Igbos, like slaves. The casualties were more, especially children that died of malnutrition, that died in that genocide. The Igbos were being maltreated, and that is why they have said no. The persecution of the Igbos will stop. Imagine, how can you have a peace if Igbos were against one Nigeria? Ojukwu would not attend that meeting, because in that meeting they never talked about Biafra or Nigeria to divide. People that are coming to say that Igbos want Nigeria to scatter, they want to divide. No, Igbos were actually supporting one Nigeria. But they were killing them for no reason, because of greediness, because of selfish interest. You want to use their resources, and you're using their resources and you're killing them. That Aburi Accord was supposed to bring security for the Igbo people, or for the East, because of their resources. They have access to their resources. Imagine that. So now Aburi Accord was supposed to give security to the East. What happened? The British colonial headmasters never wanted security, because they know that if the East have security, they will not have access to their resources. So what did they do? They upturned it and started killing the Igbos, so that they will have access to their resources. And now Gowon is coming to tell us that the only option he had is to kill the Igbos, that he was doing it to unite Nigeria. This statement doesn't make sense, and is never going to be clear. It doesn't even make sense. How can you be killing and you're uniting? Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. So people are saying that that karma has fallen upon Gowon, that karma has fallen upon him. That is why he's coming out to say this thing. This is just the beginning, because you cannot kill people and go free. It's not possible. You cannot kill people and go free like that. No, there's a punishment waiting for anybody that has this type of case. Killing the Igbos. Kill 5 million casualties. I know that is more than that. Many die of malnutrition. So you can see. So thank God that Simeexposes is he's doing well in his court section. The judges have thrown out all the charges against him, and also they have closed the case, as Nigerian governments were unable to show themselves or to come out in court to defend or back up the accusation against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or Mazi Simeexposes, sorry to say. So now, next 2 weeks, Mazi Simeexposes should be out of there. Take a look at what this man said. This man said a lot of things. There was this man that came out to say that Simeexposes will soon be out of prison, because they even closed the case against him. He said many things about him. He said many things about him. And also there was this man, lawyer. He's a lawyer. He talked about Biafran government. In fact, majorly he talked about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Guys, take a look at what this man said.
So far, no strong evidence has been adduced by the prosecution against Nnamdi Kanu. Look at it. The prosecution, or one of their prosecution witnesses, I think Mr. BBB or so, all the things they asked him was saying no. At a point, the the judge or Justice Omoto got angry and was reprimanding them that if they don't have any matter to, they should stop coming and all that. It happened. So there was nothing concrete. I was thinking they are going to present a cache of arms stockpiled by Nnamdi Kanu somewhere. Because how can you be a terrorist without gun, Mr. Okoro? Mention anywhere in the world where you see terrorists without a single, not even cutlass with them.
You are a lawyer. What about inciting people? Because they also said it was inciting people.
What are you talking about? Inciting in what way? Hold on.
They recovered radio Biafra equipment from him.
Hold on, please. That is not the one of the hallmark of a terrorist. Politicians do incite people. True of us. Politicians. Were you not here when somebody told you that God told him that they should kill Tinubu's wife, Oluremi, that she's an infidel? Did it not happen in this country? That man was not even arrested, not to talk of questioning. What does that tell you? That one is even worse. The man who said it, Sheikh Tenshi. So when you are talking of incitement, I don't know what people are talking about. That is not the hallmark. That's not the prescription of a terrorist. Terrorists mean you are heavily armed, killing people, taking up territories, destroying villages and all that.
The terrorists also attack soft targets deliberately.
You say what?
They deliberately attack soft targets.
So, guys, you can see that even in Nnamdi Kanu's case, these people cannot still prove, to the extent that Justice Omotosho had to get angry to say, everything they were asking them, they were saying no. Then what is the essence of you coming? So what is your proof? What are you now saying? Why did you not call him a terrorist when you cannot even answer even one question? You don't know anything. You call the man a terrorist, you cannot still prove. Even in Ekpa's case, you called him a terrorist, you cannot still prove. In fact, Nigerian government were absent. They were absent. They couldn't come on the 25th of June 2025 to prove or to come and back the accusations. They did not come at all. So why are you keeping Ekpa there for nothing? So why did you at first call him a terrorist when you have no proof? Why are you keeping him there? Nigerian government knows what they are doing. The two terrorists, they know the two terrorists. They don't want to go after them. It is important people that have no crime record, they are going after. So now let's look at what happened in court in details. Now we're going in details everything that happened in court. In the courtroom in Finland on June 25th, 2025, something historic happened. The controversial case filed against Ekpa by the Nigerian government was officially declared closed. Not only did the judge dismiss the case, but he also made strong remarks against how Nigeria tried to manipulate the legal system abroad. I'll take that again. He says, in the courtroom in Finland on June 25th, 2025, something historic happened. The controversial case filed against Ekpa by the Nigerian government was officially declared closed. Not only did the judge dismiss the case, but he made strong remarks against how Nigeria tried to manipulate the legal system abroad. So, guys, you can see a man came out to say that Nigerian government actually bribed some, or allegedly tried to bribe some Finnish judges, because he talked about something. He said the first time Ekpa appeared in court, the judges already, without making investigation, without giving proper taking due process or going through proceedings, or even without proceedings, they said he's going to go to jail for 6 years. How? That's to tell you that, the man was like, you see, that maybe they have collected, or they have, because there's something Nigerian government cannot use money and do. The money they're supposed to use and change this country, they'll be using to do irrelevant things. So now, how can somebody appear in court for the first time? You have not even investigated anything. People that called him a terrorist have not come to prove that he's a terrorist. You're already saying that he's going to go to jail for 6 years. How? So you can see the work of Nigerian government behind it now. So now, they said it in court that, that the judge dismissed the case, but he also made a strong remark. He's against how Nigerian tried to manipulate the legal system abroad. This now, It will tell you everything that happened in the court, what the judge really said, why Nigerian case fell apart, and what this means. This means for the Biafran struggle and international law. Now, to understand what went down in court, you need a bit of this background. Now, Simon Ekpa, lawyer, finished citizen, and outspoken voice of the Biafran independence movement, has been accused by the Nigerian government of inciting violence, pushing civil disobedience, and destabilizing the southeast. Nigerian authorities desperate to silence him. Nigerian authorities are desperate to silence him. Petition Finnish authority to arrest and prosecute him. Chief of defense staff said that Simon Ekpa will be persecuted. For what? You just come out to say he should be persecuted. You can't even give reason. But you know the people that have been terrorizing Nigeria, but you have refused to go after them because of one reason or the other. But here's the problem. Nigerian authorities are desperate to silence him, petition the Finnish authority to arrest and prosecute him. But here's the problem. Finland does not operate on political propaganda. Nigerian government are just, they just, what they want is propaganda. They don't even want prosecution. All they are running for, all what they want is, or what they want is propaganda. They don't want prosecution. Propaganda is what they're after. But here's the truth. Finnish government does not operate on political propaganda. Everything must be backed by the law, fact, and process. Finnish government is not like Nigeria that doesn't obey court judgment, that doesn't obey the court of law, that doesn't obey the rule of law. Finnish government is backed. Everything must be backed by the law, fact, and process in Finnish government. It's not like Nigeria. This is why you imagine if Simon Ekpa is in Nigeria and this case is on. Hey, it's going to, in fact, the kind of charges they levied against Simon Ekpa is even more than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's own. It's going to even last for 20 years and still go, because the Nigerian government will want to be playing, because they know that they want to even silence you down. They want to even silence you down the most. So that is, in fact, Nigerian government don't have the right to go and arrest him in Finland because he's a citizen there. So imagine the case was in Nigeria. Hey, it will last longer than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's own. Longer than it. So what I know is that Simon Ekpa won't be in that place for long. It will not last like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's own, because he's in Finland. Because Finland government, they everything must be backed by the law. Do you know if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case was still on abroad, he would have been out since. It will not even last for a month, because they do things by the law. They do things by the law. If he has been, it's because of his Nigeria. That is why you see them turning the case from, just adjourning the case anyhow. So now, Finland does not operate on political propaganda. Everything must be backed by the law, facts, and process. So the court opened an investigation and hearing. It began on June 25th. The final chapter of that legal journey was written. Now, what exactly happened on June 25th? Let's look at it. In the courtroom was calm, but the judge's words were so powerful. Now, no mutual legal, the first thing that happened in court is the judge confirmed that Finland has no legal basis to detain or prosecute Simon Ekpa. That's one thing the court confirmed on the 25th of June 2025. So they said that the judge has confirmed that Finland has no legal basis to detain or prosecute Simon Ekpa, because no mutual legal assistance treaty exists between Nigeria and Finland. And also, Nigeria failed to provide any admissible evidence even after giving months. They gave Nigerian government months. If you say someone is a terrorist, you don't even need months to gather evidence. For you to say he's a terrorist, the evidence should be ready. Something must happen before you say he's a terrorist. Now, that thing that happened that you feel he's a terrorist, bring it out. Let's know. Open up. Let's know. Why are they hiding? In fact, right now, Nigerian government are on the run. They couldn't even appear in court. They're on the run. They couldn't appear in court to back the accusation. Nigeria failed to provide admissible evidence, or even after being given months. Now, no Nigerian official or legal representative attended the hearing in person. They are on the run. No Nigerian official or legal representative attended the hearing in person. And also, the so-called evidence sent from Nigeria were either incompetent. So what they did was they sent messages from Nigeria. They sent their evidence from Nigeria to Finland, and then the judge threw everything out. The judge said it's invalid under Finnish law. So the evidence they sent from Nigeria was either incompetent, political biased, or not valid under Finnish law. Then the judge turned directly to the issue of jurisdiction. Finland cannot and will not serve as a foreign extension of another country's political machinery, guys, without concrete evidence of a crime under Finnish or international law. This court will not continue proceedings. This is what the judge said. Finland cannot and will not serve as a foreign extension of another country's political machinery without concrete evidence or of a crime under Finnish or international law. This court will not continue proceedings. This is what the judge said. That's a major statement. He was basically saying that don't bring us your political drama. That is what they are saying. They are saying, don't bring us your political drama. This is a court, not a tool of repression. That is what Finland judge is saying. Don't bring us your political drama. This is a court, not a tool for repression. Now, let's talk about the bail. Simeon Ekpa's bail. Another key moment was the judge's statement about Simeon Ekpa's bail condition. Ekpa, who had earlier been questioned and briefly held, had been under certain restriction during the legal process, but now the judge declared all previous bail terms null and void. There would be no further monitoring, no limitation on movement or speech. Simeon Ekpa remains a free man under Finnish and EU law. But the judge didn't stop there. He issued a judicial warning, not Ekpa, but indirectly to Nigerian authorities, and they said, repeated attempts to abuse international legal channels from political purposes may result in future diplomatic scrutiny. Now, what they mean is, stop wasting your time. This isn't a playground for dictatorship. They said, stop wasting your time. They're telling Nigerian government directly now. They're not telling, they're not speaking to Martin Kanu directly. They're telling Nigerian government now, stop wasting our time. This isn't a playground for dictatorship. Now, let's talk about the media deception. How the media has been posting the fake news about Martin Simeon Ekpa, even Martin Kanu on the social media. Martin Nnamdi Kanu has come out to say several times that the media is one of the problems in Nigeria. They don't make investigation. They just publish any news they see out there. They will just publish rumors. Now, the judge also acknowledged that Nigerian media outlets have spread false narrative about the case. Yes, the judge presiding over Simeon Ekpa's case said that Nigeria's media spreads false narrative about this case, because you were there that there was a certain time they said that Mazi Simeon Ekpa is not the prime minister of Biafra, that is a content creator. Imagine that he denied Biafra or IPOP, that he said he was a content creator. The judge said that Nigerian media outlets had spread false narrative about this case. During the hearing, Ekpa's lawyer submitted evidence showing that the state-owned Nigerian media had, number one, reported false claims that Simeon Ekpa was already convicted. 2, accused Finland of harboring terrorists. 3, admitted to pressure the Finnish government using media blackmail and misinformation. The court noted that tactics, calling them irregular and unprofessional conduct that does not reflect well on the compliant country. Now, the judge said that Nigeria was using lies and intimidation instead of law and justice. That's justice. Nigeria, always they will use lie because they are lawless, and intimidation instead of law and justice. You see, this country, Nigeria, there's nothing like obeying law. I'm telling you, there's nothing like obeying law. There are many laws they have ignored. Even people that made the law, they're the lawbreakers too. So now the case is closed. What does it mean for the future for Simeon Ekpa? It means that he remains protected under Finnish law. One thing you should know that Simeon Ekpa is protected under Finnish law. That's one thing you should know. So Simeon Ekpa, he remains protected under, that's what it means. For the case to be closed, it means that for Simeon Ekpa, he remains protected under Finnish law. He is now legally untouchable unless credible new evidence surface something Nigeria unless credible new evidence surfaces something Nigeria has constantly failed to produce. Now, Simon Ekpa remains protected under Finnish law, and he is now legally unattachable unless credible new evidence surfaces something Nigerian government has consistently failed to produce. For Nigerian's government, this means that this is a massive embarrassment. Now, remember, we're talking about the case being closed, what it means for Simeon Ekpa, what it means for Biafran government, and what it means for Biafran and democracy activists. Now, for Nigerian government, it means that it's a massive embarrassment. They try to internationalize a domestic political issues and failed in broad daylight. Hey, Nigerian governments it will be paining them right now because their plan is not going as they planned it. That is it. Simon Ekpa's case is not going as they planned it. I know they will be so embarrassed, and shame will not even allow them. In fact, they are even on their own self because they have no proof. They are not even prepared. They don't have anything to come and even a lie. They can't even lie again. I'm telling you, all the lies they've been lying on social media, they cannot come out and lie again. They are now on their own. They know that the judge in Finland knows what they're doing and they're backing everything by law. Even if you lie, they will still catch you and they will say you lie. Even lie, you have to bring evidence, but no evidence. So now, in the end, this is more than just. Now, let's talk about what it means for Biafra and pro-democracy activists. It sends a powerful message that international law protects free speech, especially when your home government does not. In international law, in abroad, people can talk freely. But in Nigeria here, even when we have the right to talk, you still see that government will want to suppress you. Government who is always against you, want to suppress and intimidate you. Once you talk, they will arrest you. I am telling you the truth. Now, in the end, this is more than just a courtroom drama. It's a reminder that truth, law, and liberty still matter somewhere in the world. That's it. This is more than a court drama. It's a reminder that truth, law, and liberty still matter somewhere in the world. When Nigeria continues to silence voices with bullets and propaganda, courts in places like Finland are still guided by facts, fairness, and justice. Simon Ekpa is free. The case is dead. And once again, the truth has outlived the lie. What do you think about these court decisions, guys? So drop your comments under the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we always bring you facts, about Simon Ekpa's case. So, guys, thank you for watching. The truth has been out. Where the truth has truly been. The truth is now out that Simon Ekpa is innocent. He's not a criminal. He's not a terrorist. So let's see what will happen. Like the judge has said, let's give him. The judge said in 2 weeks' time that probably Simon Ekpa might be out because already they have closed the case. So, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Hit that subscribe button so that we'll come up and share with you guys, or you will be notified when we drop updates like this. So, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.